how to make this very simple cucumber and yogurt dip that's really very tasty. You want to start out with a cucumber. You can see how large this one is. I was really stumped when I saw it at the grocery store. Now, in order for me to handle this and make it more manageable, I had to take one end off and then take the other end off, and I shall set those aside, use the cucumber slices in infused water or something, and then have it stay on the chopping board would be a win. Now cut it up a little bit more because I need to take the skin off, which you can do safely this way. If you're a knife ninja, you can peel it another way, but because I'm really clumsy, this is safer for me and my fingers. So take the skin off of your cucumber, and then you can add the skin to your compost bin so you don't have to waste it, or you can eat it. I mean, why not? That's extra fiber. Then you want to take the seeds out. You could do this using a tablespoon, but I chose to carefully and not so prettily take it off using my knife. If you like to grow, you can just remove the seeds, dry them for a couple of days and plant them. And then after you've done all of that, please note the stray cucumber seeds in the corner. Cut up your cucumber into little pieces, as small or as large as you want. This chopping board isn't staying in one place. If you check my channel, I've got a really handy hack using rubber bands if you're experiencing this kind of issue with your chopping board moving all over the place. So now that that's done, I am refining the cuts, making some of them smaller, just so it's a little bit more manageable when we are eating the dip. And then you need a clove of garlic. Now I cut it into two, and I was going to cut it into little tiny pieces. You could also crush it, but I figured I might cut myself, so I did this off camera just to be on the safe side, and I'm just pretend dicing it up a little bit more. And that's it. Didn't really focus, but chop it up into as little pieces as you want, or you can mince it using one of those garlic press things. Then in a bowl, you need your second star of this dip, and that is natural Greek yogurt. You can use the imported stuff, or you can use the local made stuff, but it's the really tart, sour yogurt that you would add maybe granola or anything else to. So I'm adding a couple of spoons here into the bowl. Use as little as much as you want. And then I'm showing you the cucumber again because, again, I'm amazed. It was a mighty, mighty cucumber. And now I'm going to add the cucumber pieces into the yogurt. Try and avoid the seeds as well as the garlic. As little as much as you want, but I like a chunky dip, so it's not overly smooth. And then I'm going to add some seasoning to this. So I'm starting out with some salt. A little bit more salt. And then some black pepper. Use as little or as much as you want. I've got one of those fancy grinder things where you crush the peppercorns, so it gives me like a little bit more texture. Then I'm adding smoked paprika. I really like the flavor of smoked paprika because obviously it's smoky, but it's not hot, it's not peppery. But feel free to add chili powder or any kind of hot pepper that you want. Then I'm adding some dried basil from my garden. In case you don't know, I'm an avid gardener, and a lot of the herbs I use come from there, including this dill. So fresh dill, just pull off the sprigs off of the stalks, the stems, as little or as much as you want. Waste not, want not, that flew, but we put it back in the bowl. And then it's time to stir. So you want to stir it very, very well. Make sure that all of your flavors are incorporated. All the ingredients are mixed in very, very well. Mix a little bit more. Fun fact, I'm ambidextrous. So I do most things with my left hand, as you can see in this video. And the only thing I can do with my right hand is essentially write. And there's a backstory to that, which I'll probably share one day. So now that it's all mixed up, I need to taste. So with my cute little wooden spoon, I'm tasting for salt and pepper. Just make sure that everything is balanced. At this point, add a little bit of something, more of something that you want. And I'm just showing off my little spoon because it's cute. And now time to plate up. So I've got this cute little bowl, and then I'm going to be serving this with two types of chips. I've got plantain chips, semi-ripe and really ripe ones. That one didn't get the memo, so we're taking that one away. And you can make your own plantain chips. I didn't. This is just out of a packet of a brand that I really, really like anyway. And so I'm trying to arrange it so it's kind of aesthetically pleasing. We need to call this channel at some point The Adventures of the Clumsy Cook, because I am not as put together in the kitchen as, you know, finished products professionally done before have shown. But let's even have a vote on that in the comment section. Now I'm going to be adding some potato chips here. Again, you can make yours. I didn't make mine. These are out of a packet. And I was really hoping that they would be perfect circles, but in between, maybe they came from the store like that. I have no idea, but I dropped the shopping bag a few times. Maybe they got broken in the fray. It doesn't matter. They're still edible. On our little platter, you can choose any flavor, but I would say just lightly salted. And then we want to put our dip into your little serving bowl. This is a great, very simple appetizer you can put on your table as we get into the holiday season or movie nights, and people could just help themselves and just graze, like a little grazing board of sorts. You could also serve this with vegetables. If you've got celery, if you're in the mood for some carrots, some bell peppers, this will work well too. The dip is also great, in wraps, on burgers. It's really very versatile. Now I'm adding some smoked paprika, just a little bit extra. And let's pretend that I meant for that much to come out of the shaker. But I do like the flavor and it looks really pretty. And then I'm adding some more dill, nice and fresh. And when you make this dip, before you get to this stage where you're adding the paprika and the dill, you can actually store it in the fridge and then just add these details just as you're about to serve your guests. So there we have it. Nice and pretty, more herbs, more dill. And that's it. Nice and simple. Pocket friendly too. And then I'm lifting this up just so you can see her up close and personal. Very simple. And relatively healthy as well. I mean, if you don't eat too many of the fried chips and you eat more of your veggies if you're doing vegetables. So there we have it. Now tasting. I have to gear up to doing ASMR videos where you'd hear the crunch, but we're not there yet. So now this is like a little slow-mo type thing, just so that you can go up close and personal with the chips and the dip. And can you see the flecks of the spices in the dip? You can see paprika, and you can see the dill, and then you can even see chunks of the cucumber. Really pretty and very simple. Very, very simple. A little bit more, another angle. There we go.